Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 478 by Trust Karn Artist. Definitely want to do this episode today. We get a bunch of requests, and then this is just an episode where we do our best to deal with these copyright infringers. We do our best to deal with the what they call the trust con artists. And so this is an episode to address that today. We gotta address it just because it's something that we've experienced for years. No doubt about it. They want you to buy a trust. So this isn't financial advice or legal advice. We always got to preface that in the episode. What's so interesting though is people don't understand the difference between financial advice and legal advice. And just talking. The vote is a communal environment to have an open conversation about the things that are considered to be 1%. When you're living in a system, the system is to be known by the people that are operating within the system. How are you going to effectively operate if you don't know the system? So this is a channel, The Vault. We talk about things for the most part that are considered to be 1% information. We're talking about the system overall of capitalism, free market, and we talk about the ups and downs and things that go along with it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listening to replay. This is by Trust Con Artist. So if you've been listening to the Vault for a long time, if you've been listening to the Vault for a short time, we don't sell trust. We have training. This is the issue that we take with people over the internet, even with your lawyers. Y'all want to go there? Let's go there. Lawyers are going to sell you a trust. We do training. The lawyer's going to sell you a trust. And then you got these guys over the internet now. They're buy trust con artists. They want to go through the Vault's trustee training. They sign a non-disclosure, non-compete. And then what do you think they go out in the market and do? They try to compete, but they can't compete because they're not real players. They're con artists. You hear that? They're not real trustees. They're con artists. You hear that? So they sell you a what? Oh, come through. Listen, they're trying to sell private trusteeship over the internet, which is public. We talk about the training in the public. We talk about various aspects of the private, but we don't tell you that. Oh, we're selling, come over here, buy trust. Right. That's what the con artists do. They're not here to educate you. That's why we're different at the Vault. Because we have a differentiator. We have an actual unique selling proposition, a unique value proposition. Whereas these guys over the internet, we can go ahead and tell you, everybody wants to sell you a trust. Oh, get in a trust nowadays. That's what you got to do. I heard this from Donald Trump. I heard this from Waka Flocka. I heard this from the guy that was just sitting there peddling it through a daggone TikTok reel. I found out about trust through a reel or something through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. They found out that way. And then they're sitting there doing memes next to it like it's a joke. But all the while, they're not operating in the system successfully. The Vault's been going for over 5 years. We're bigger than that. Oh man, buy trust. You buy that trust, man. Everything's going to take all your cares and worries away. What happened to bad management? They say 95% of businesses fail within the first 5 years because of bad management. They don't got the heart. Buy trust con artists though. Hey, if you get into trust, everything, all your problems gonna be solved. That's the first step. Ain't that what they took from the Vault? We got the track record. That's the first step. You got to get in trusteeship. But they still over there telling you get in your trust. Right. Because they're con artists. And we're here to call out the dog shit. We're here to call it out. It's not about competition. How you can be competition? You're selling trust. You're competing with lawyers. You're not competing with the vault. We're trustee training. You hear the difference? We're trustee training at the vault. We make sure that your family has succession, understanding, thought process. But they selling trust over the internet. Oh, you got to get in. This is how you're going to be wealthy. If you think that's the case, y'all want to come over here and know the numbers? People still don't even make it past the second generation because they don't have a system in place. Because the guys over the internet want to sell you a trust. They don't want to talk to you about the foundation because they're not in a foundation. Go ask those guys that are selling you the private trust. Are they in foundations? They're not in foundations. Go ask them, are they in private foundations? They're not in foundations. Oh, you think they slick? We know a few that tried to, oh man, we went the cheap route. We created it on our own. How many people come to the vault and they created it on their own, but they're coming to the vault for the training? Yeah, Trust Christian Involved. I've been in that trust, man. I created my own trust. You know how many people get on the line? Oh, I created my own trust. I created my own trust. And then what? They come into the vault for the training. They come into the vault for the training. The private one-on-one consultation training. To get access to private professional trustees. Oh, I want access to a private attorney. But the guys over the internet, seems like, they want to buy trust con artists. Oh, we're going to sell you a wealth preservation tool on discount, $700. You think we don't hear the stories? $700. They selling trust out here for $700. Oh, for real? Hold on. So you're making more money in your business on a monthly basis than you're willing to pay and quote unquote invest, not spend, invest, not spend, invest, not spend, invest in your private family wealth preservation tool. And they want to get it on discount for $700 because it's a holiday discount. The holiday season discount for $700. You can get yourself in trust. Yeah, right. Who you getting it from? The local bum? You getting it from the local bum? That's who you getting it from? I'm trying to get my Rolls Royce on discount. You trying to get a Rolls Royce on discount? I don't see no Lamborghini commercials on the TV. I don't see Ferrari commercials on the TV, but you're trying to get it on discount. We don't even worry about those people. Those people are in the toilet bowl going around in circles. Going from the next one to the next one. Going around from the next stick to the next stick. Oh man, I gotta find a guy that's gonna sell me a trust with a low. I'm gonna shop around for price. When you're not shopping for quality, you're not gonna have a quality wealth preservation tool, wealth preservation system, wealth preservation process. Why not? Because you're trying to get it on a discount. You want to be cheap. People come on the line, oh, I'm trying to get it cheap. Oh, I wasn't expecting to pay that. You're right. You're not a wealth builder. Wealth is over $1 million. Wealth is over $10 million. Wealth is over $25 million. Are you ready to step up to the plate? Oh, we could talk that way. Because guess what? The competition says, oh, well, you can sell it on discount. How? The tool is made for people to have millions. Well, Trust Christian, how you think I'm going to get the millions if I don't have the tools? Fair enough. You also got to have the knowledge. You can't just have knowledge without the people, without the association. So when you think you're going to come to the vault and steal information, steal proprietary processes, damn near not even finish it, steal half of the process, run out on your own. They did. They do it. It's okay. Because we're training. We're trustee training. The buy trust con artists, that's what they are. They're here for you to buy a trust. They trying to sell you private trust on deep discount. What? They trying to sell you privacy on discount. They might as well sold you a goddamn redemption manual for $600. Well, they were selling trust. Recently, we heard somebody over the internet selling it for $700. Wow, this sounds like they're trying to pay their rent. Sounds like they're trying to come up for the holiday season discount. They're trying to sell generational wealth tools on discount. They're trying to sell a Rolls Royce on discount. They're trying to sell Lamborghinis on discount. They're trying to sell Ferraris on discount. It don't work that way over here. But oh no, no, they tried to sell you. We're giving you the warning. We're giving you the warning for you're old or you're younger. It doesn't matter. It's interesting to know that people will come through the vault and still think that they can compete. How can you compete against the originator? That's a joke. That's a joke. It's okay. It's definitely okay. When you look at non-disclosures and you see the contacts, they don't steal the contacts. They try to steal the knowledge. Oh, I'm gonna steal the contact? How you steal the contact? Remember, it's about the association. It's not just about the knowledge. It's about the association. The buy trust con artists, they don't sell you the association because they're used to burning bridges. These are fraudulent business people. That's what they are. Oh man, trust Christian in the vault. Well, we seen things happen at the vault, but the vault's still standing, and we got the long-standing relationships still to this day. Still to this day. The buy trust con artists, they come through, they get the information, and then we see them over the internet showing their faces, trying to sell trust like it's a daggone Honda. You're trying to buy a trust like it's a Honda. Oh, they over here flipping boxes over in the commercials. Oh, we're selling it. We're selling all of this private wealth because you were disadvantaged and you should have been given an opportunity. Yeah, right. The finding is reserved for the seeker, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're supposed to be just giving something. We're supposed to be just giving abundance. But people don't, not everybody thinks that way. So if somebody doesn't think that way, should they get it? They don't want it. You got to think that way. You got to think wealth and millions and billions or whatever you're thinking. For wealth necessary, for to have a tool that's necessary to pass along that in a very accommodative manner. But oh no, no. They're trying to sell, you trying to pass along some measly assets. You know how many people we come across every day that are inheriting assets every single day and literally are going to squander them like their previous generations. Whether you know it or not, they're going to squander them. It's going to pass through their fingers like they never had an asset, like they never had a leg up because they bought a trust from a con artist. Oh man, don't tell me that. But once again, we get inquiries on the daily about, hey man, I started my own thing, but I need some training. I'm really coming to you for the training. The training. The training. That's what they say, the training. We sitting over here, well, you sure? You sound like you just want to get it and go. No, we need the training. Families right now are enrolled because of the training. That's what's going on. But the buy trust con artists, we're going to give you the forewarning, the fair warning. They're selling documents. Oh, it's for the discount. So? But then what's so sad is they'll go get it on discount and find out that they still needed what? The training. You can look in the description for the email, christian@trustchristian.com. That's what they're really going through the program for. The training. But they don't market the training over the internet. That's a hard sell. I can't sell you training. Who wants to be trained? Trust Christian in the Vault. Do y'all work with millionaires? Do they want to be trained? Do the millionaires want to be trained? Do they want Trust Christian in the Vault sitting on their board in the training room, training their team? If the team's not on, they has it together. When these people have millions and they still don't have it all together and they bring in the training for their teams. Training. Nah, we can't do what Trust Christian in the Vault do because we selling it on discount. Exactly. We love it. We wanted to do this episode for what you call the competition. Whether you guys know it or not, competition is a sin in the wealthy environment. In the wealthy environment, in the private trust environment, we work together. So for all the guys out there thinking that you can come through the vault, get off, think you can get ghost, and think that we won't see your competition, little commercials over the internet, We seen them. And guess what? We don't care. But we will do an episode to let people know that these are by trust con artists. They actually came through the vault. Because we have no problem with sharing our mentors at the vault. No doubt about it. Who are their mentors? Where did they get the information from? You don't get private information off the internet, do an advertisement for free. You got to have money for that, right? It's the private trust environment, right? You got to have money for that, right? You got to come into the environment and associate, right? See, they don't put on the conferences. We're going to keep doing the conferences because this is where we're going to distinguish ourselves from these little jokesters over the internet because they're not putting on the conferences. And when we put on conferences, we've already brought in lawyers. We've already brought in security exchange people. You got to take a test for that. We brought in ex-Olympians. You don't get to those. You don't get to the Olympics if you didn't work hard, right? Right. But for some odd reason, and it's the worst part. We talk to people every day through consultation. Say, man, it's so much bad information through the internet, and we're happy we found yours. We're happy we found with somebody that's been in the trenches, that's associating with the other trustees in the environment. See, you got to remember, you can't burn bridges like you can burn them in the public. You can't burn them that easy in the private. It's not that many of us, remember? It's the private. It's the 1%. And guess what? Trust Christian's been over here for years. So when you think you're going to come over here and burn a bridge, we know people too. So when you think you're going to come over here and get deals done and you think you're going to X out Trust Christian in the vault, you're not. Because we've been over here for years in the 1% environment. We've been talking about it for years. These newcomers, look how long their channel's been around. That's the best part about these platforms. You can see somebody's track record. These guys are popping up on the internet 2020 cats, 2021 cats. After the pandemic, they all of a sudden got some PPP money and they think they trustees. Well, let's go. Let's play. Private trustee training all day. We're not just dealing with, oh, with Trust Christian in the vault, you never showed your face. Then you did it with the private lawyer, with the person that's raised over $100 million. You're right, we're going to show our face for somebody that's raised over $100 million while you're sitting at your job, while you're not even in a foundation. We interviewed someone with a private foundation because we're dealing with private family foundations. That's how it works. You associate. It's too easy, ladies and gentlemen. But we want to let you know that y'all going to see the commercials. Because they want to, we never even paid for advertisement in 5+ years on the vault. We don't work off advertising. We work off referrals. We work off families working together. When we got families coming through, brothers and sisters working together, mothers and fathers and children working together. That's what we actually have had for years. Then, not only that, what we love is they'll take the pictures that they took from the workshops that the vault put on. Remember, when you walk through the doors, it said the vault at the door. Always. They took the pictures. They posted them on the internet of a private environment because they don't understand. It's got to stay private. They posted the pictures on the internet. Why? Because they don't understand the private. You don't see our mentors on the internet. Why? Because they're private. They're deep in the game. That's what the goal was supposed to be. But oh, no. You got them still out here in the public because they don't want to share with you that the real reason they're in the public is to acquire assets. The real reason we're in the public is to acquire assets. Cash flow. Assets. But for some odd reason, because they still have this public programming, because they're competing against the private. They don't even understand. They didn't cooperate with the private process, which means you work with other people in the private. No, they want to distill the private processes and go out in the public and say now they're the public guru because they think that they have an audience to touch. Because they want to be a public persona. They want to show their face. Because guess what? When you show your face, you're going to get stopped when you go to the airport. Aren't you supposed to be private? Aren't you supposed to be traveling private? You're not traveling private. They're not traveling private. They want to be known. They want to be heroes in the public. They want to save lives in the public. It doesn't work that way. We get people all the time reaching out to the phone and say, we got a public business. And we don't want to be in the public. We want to go into private. That's it. They don't want to be known. They want to protect what they have. So it's not on discount. We're not flashy. We don't need to show you anything other than knowing what you're going to get. Focusing on privacy. You know how many people reached out to the vault and said, "Man, we appreciate how you never really put your face out there, and you made it a point to just focus on what we wanted to really learn, which was focusing on retaining our power, regaining our power, and maintaining our power of privacy. When we're living in a world right now where these same dummies over the internet that's trying to sell you a trust, like a lawyer or somebody else, that's what they're doing." Are they gonna make it? Are they gonna help you be private? Nah. They just wanted your money for deep discount. We build relationships, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, is it bragging? Nah, we're actually having an educational conversation. So when you're still doing your research, as people like to say, "I'm doing my research. I'm gonna look into the vault and I'm gonna look somewhere else." Oh, really? That's fine. I'm gonna look somewhere else. Fine. Be clear. Trustee training the vault. That's what we do. We don't buy trust con artists. That's it. This is like one of those episodes we usually do for the people in the sector of that want a redemption, do it a redemption stuff. Well, we did an episode for all the, "Hey, I want to buy a trust." Oh, we got people contacting us on a daily basis. What's the difference between a land one and this one? When it's over 80, they tell you it's private. They tell you they got the processes down. Oh, they do, huh? Okay. Hey, guess what? So it's a small world in the private sector. We'll see you around. Trust Christian in the vault. Own nothing, control everything. That's what it is. Appreciate you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Christian at trustchristian.com. That's the email. Once again, it's Christian at trustchristian.com. Appreciate you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace. Enjoy.